Karen 101. Dealing with a Karen means you're dealing with a narcissist.
The Narc Ninja, bringing you the tools and tactics to heal and deal with users and abusers. And now the Narc Ninja himself, Christopher Fairchild.
Hi, and welcome to the Narc Ninja channel, or welcome back, bringing you tried and true, tested and approved tools and tactics to deal and heal from narcissistic abuse. Assumptive, dismissive, self-important, entitled, indignant, demanding, emotionally dysregulated, and high conflict. Any of that sound familiar? Yep, all those Karen traits are also textbook narcissism at its most toxic and exaggerated level. We've all seen those horrid videos of yet one more entitled, usually a white woman, usually racist, who's demanding to talk to the manager. My favorite is when it's in a huge airport and they're saying this as though in this very giant airport there's some manager person who's just got nothing but time to come on over and listen to her gut-wrenching complaint that one soap dispenser in the bathroom is empty, or something. And she is outraged, I tell you. Or the lady whose dog is off its leash in the public park, where a person of color kindly asks her to please put her pup on a leash, and in retaliation she calls 911 and starts pretending to be attacked with her fake crying and overacting, or schmacting as I call it. So much of this silly mishigosh is nothing but pure garden variety, what you call narcissism. I think those Karens getting owned videos are so popular because we get to see a tantrumizing, terrorizing toddler get their just rewards. Something most of us never see happen to those sorts of people in our daily lives. It's delicious when the cop escorts the screaming, hangry King Kong Karen from the mall. One true way to spot even a sly covert narc is to see how they react or how they treat service people. I remember one really funny and charming narc from my past, before I had all the knowledge I have now about narcissistic behavior and how he would treat wait staff or front desk workers. He would snap his fingers at them, and if he didn't get whatever he was feeling so entitled to, he would lose it. I guess that's just what you call a Ken. You could just feel what little regard he had for those service people, those workers. It was as though he didn't even really regard them as real humans. They were just extras in the movie that he was starring in called His Entitled Life. As hilarious as he was, his being horrible to those hardworking, innocent people and his behavior was a deal breaker for me, and I ended our friendship. I don't accept that crap in my personal life, not one bit, and I encourage everyone to do the same. Going along to get along can also make us enablers to this sort of bad behavior, and much of it comes from bad or lazy parenting, if you ask me. You can see it in some of these Karen videos when someone is acting out like they have never been told no. They didn't have the emotional maturity to deal with reasonable opposition. In one video I saw, researching this episode, a full-grown woman who is refusing to just put on a damn mask in a grocery store throws herself on the floor and starts screaming bloody murder, exactly like an out-of-control toddler who needs a nap. I'm a parent myself, and I know all too well how tempting it can be to just let the hangry kid have the damn candy bar because you're tired and you don't want to make a scene in the grocery store. But not maintaining your boundaries and giving in like that just teaches a kid that, if they make a big enough fuss, the parent will eventually just give in. And, when a kid like that grows up to learn that no doesn't really mean no and that the rules don't really apply to them, that parent is helping to grow a future Karen or Ken. I was a school teacher for a while, and I taught at an elementary school in one of the wealthiest communities in the United States. The parking lot was full of Maseratis and Bentleys. And there were so many really unhappy kids, so many entitled little ones. It was really, truly sad. I remember one afternoon I was on recess duty in the schoolyard, and a darling fourth grader came up to me and said, "Mr. Fairchild," she said, "are you more like one of my dad's associates, or are you more like the help?" And I said, "Well, sweetie, I'm more like the king." I have worked with kids on and off for the past 30 years, and these poor things were by far the most difficult. I taught singing workshops for many years to at-risk transitional age youth, and about half of my students were living on the streets, or sleeping rough, as they say. And you know, the truth is, I could always tell who was undomiciled because they were always the cleanest, the most thankful, the most prepared kids in my workshop. They were the most respectful and helpful too. And in the end, I have come to believe that our culture's addiction to comfort and entertainment has caused a huge decline in gentility, in kindness, in being thoughtful citizens. I'm sure Karens have always existed, but between social media and less consequences for bad behavior, it's no wonder that narcissism is now growing globally at an endemic proportion. To once again quote my mom, I do that a lot here, she'd say, "Honey, the best thing you can do for some people is not be one of them." So that's it. Those of us that are lucky enough to have had some good parenting and role models who displayed compassion and respect, those of us, we're called to do the same. A swirling Karen from hell could try and test my last nerve, but my choice most of the time will always be to not match that energy and to stick up for the innocent being mistreated in the marketplace, because I have been blessed with great compassion, respect, and good manners, and I choose to pay that forward by being a gentleman even in those difficult situations. Now, that doesn't mean I look the other way if I see someone being mistreated, because that's not my problem. No, I will stand between evil and innocence and hold those boundaries as best I can, because that's who I insist on being in this world. Like I have raised my son to understand, it's not the outside world that should dictate who you choose to be. It's not the other guys at work who get by with poor working habits and hygiene. No, you are the one who gets to choose who you are. So proud of my kid. He works in retail and deals with Karens and Kens all the time. And I know he will hold the line against these misbehaving alleged adults. But he will do it respectfully and with grace. I'm sure he does. And may we all do the same and be living anti-Karens in our worlds. May we all accept our powerlessness over people's crappy choices, and may we all continue to choose kindness over settling the score or peace over conflict. We are called to be the light of empathy and compassion in the darkness that is a world just chock full of emotionally dysregulated Karens. I hope this was helpful. If so, consider subscribing and like and do all those things. It really helps this channel grow so more people can see these videos. And leave a comment below. Feel free to ask a question or let me know if there's a subject you would like me to cover. I'm always looking out for new ideas, and you guys seem to have some of the best. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me today. Now go be you to the full, beautiful. Namaste.